Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok simultaneously. We're going to see how this works. We're going to go ahead and see how this works. Hi, Judy on TikTok. So, I don't plan to be long for very long, but I do want to have a little bit of a conversation since it's All Hallows Eve. This is the time of the year when the veil is said to have thinned greatly, and there's a lot of energy exchange. Let's see if I can move this so I don't feel like I'm leaving TikTok out. So this is weird. I'm seeing myself on TikTok and on Facebook and YouTube. Talk about overdoing it. So I kind of just wanted to have this conversation about the dark side of energy. I was having this exchange with an individual on TikTok, which to me kind of just like it made me laugh. TikTok is definitely a different vibe, and I'm trying my best to not get too spicy with my attitude on TikTok. But here's the thing. There was this person that had been commenting. I was being like ridiculously nasty to me for no reason. And I went on their profile just to kind of look at something. And I don't really know what I was looking for. But oh my gosh. So there was this video that they had posted, and it totally, because y'all on YouTube and Facebook know the work that I do and my specialty. TikTok, not so much, right? Not yet familiar with the work that I actually do. So, for those who are not aware, I am a demonologist. I do exorcisms. I teach quantum Kelantic science, Kelanta based sciences. I have my own academy. I teach regularly. I run a certification program. I am known by the people who know me for the quality and integrity of my work, my knowledge base, all of that, right? Well, the video that I saw really got me thinking because of the fact that the individual who I will not name, but there was an individual who took a video of them channeling spirits and the way the body was moving. I was like, that they're like based on my body of work and my experience, my field of knowledge, my body of work of how many years, thousands of clients. This is not just opinion. The times where I have seen that specific type of muscle spasming, that is very indicative of an active attempt to possess a body. That was very fascinating. It was interesting to watch. I mean, the person didn't realize what was happening. And I mean, heaven forbid anyone tell them. Heaven forbid someone have information that they haven't found in a book somewhere at a bookstore. But that was the most nuttiest thing I've ever seen, because it's like trying to induce, from what I was witnessing, I'm just describing what I was witnessing. It was almost like this sense of the individual was trying to induce a possession in order to like have another spirit, another entity kind of enter the body and use them to speak, I guess. I don't know what they were trying to do. But the thing that weirded me out was that the demon didn't want it. I'm not even joking. The demon did not want to enter the body. The demon was like, no, no. So the dark side of energy, people think that demons have no standards, and I tell you, they do. They do. They have standards. They're not just going to inhabit any body, just any type of body. No, there has to be some type of standards. I'm saying, right? And so that's what I was witnessing, was that and I was trying to share that, but again, I need to learn what TikTok will allow and not allow me to say and do. But that's what I was witnessing. So I kind of just wanted to talk about the dark side of energy work. If you enter into energy work with like an ego based intention, sometimes what will happen is you'll begin to lose sight of exactly why you began to do this work in the first place. You will begin to really, really embody this perception of like, you are the greatest, you know the most, and yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. And I was just like, that's nutty. And that is so nutty. This individual was totally trying to like be gangster with me. These. It's like, am I allowed to say the B word? Don't listen, Tita. I want to say the B word. But that was the thing, was that it was very, very fascinating to see that, like, even the demonics don't want it. They didn't want it. That cracked me up. But so channeling. Let's talk about channeling. Um, a lot of people think that channeling is okay. I'm not trying to correct anyone or dissuade anyone from channeling, but I kind of am. I kind of am. Because of the fact that when you channel, you are allowing another being into your body to use your body parts, your throat, um, whatever other body parts. So it's the equivalent for me, my perception, it is the equivalent of going up to a random stranger and allowing them to place whatever they want of their energy inside you. I mean, I'm very old school and I'm not okay with that, right? Girl has some standards. I am not okay with that. So um, it's just this thing of, if you have the ability to hear, to know, to see what this thing, this being is wanting to communicate, um, I mean, I mean, you know, I mean, why do they have to be inside you to do that? They don't. So science is finding that when you go ahead and do the boom boom with a person, they leave cellular material within the human body. And so it's the same thing with energy. I don't want to get banned. So, it's one of these things where you kind of just have to be very, very selective of what you're allowing into your space. And, a lot of people who wear spirituality as some type of badge, some type of evidence of their superiority over others, they have a tendency to do things like this without knowing the full ramifications on their energy long term, just to show that they can do things that other people can't do. Right? I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of really spicy things that are hilarious that I would like to say. And I feel like I am being forced to really just be very selective with my words because of a specific platform. So, what I'm going to do, y'all on TikTok, go ahead and find me on YouTube, Emmy Evolving. I'm on YouTube. and join me over there so we could have like a full-on real conversation. I hate tiptoeing about this type of stuff simply because it's like I don't balance very well. I don't balance very well. So I'm just going to go head on over to to YouTube. Find me over there. I'm over there as Emmy Evolving. Yeah. Wait, there was someone. Someone's name popped up really quick. I do want to say this before I get off of TikTok so I can focus on YouTube and Facebook. I do want to say, if you are an empath, if you are a neurodivergent, if you are an individual who feels very cast away by society, if you have been made to feel like you are intolerable because you think differently, you're interested in things that the average person is not interested in, if you feel very misunderstood, unheard, unrecognized, join me. Join me over on YouTube. We have a beautiful community there. Our community is full of people just like you and I, people who need to feel like they are part of a healthy group, a group that can really support you and, make you feel heard and just loved. It's time for you to find your people. And I feel strongly that my people are probably your people too. So find me on YouTube. I'm going to be switching over there. Malachi, it's you. See, I knew I saw your name somewhere. Yeah, guys, definitely find me on YouTube. I'm gonna be switching over there because my phone is gonna die anyways. Check me out over there. We're gonna go really, really deep into this conversation. I don't have my mic, so y'all are probably gonna hear my family. Y'all are gonna probably hear the ding dongers, and that's gonna be all good because it's Halloween and it's party time. So head over to YouTube. I'll see you guys there. Bye, TikTok. All right. So, y'all, my people, this biatch. Y'all, I was like, bitch, who the fuck you talking to like this? I'm just saying. I'll let you see the progression of things, okay? She's still commenting on my shit. That's fine. That's fine with me, baby boo. That's fine with me, baby boo. Up my algorithm. That's all I got to say. Up my algorithm. Up my algorithm. So I'll show you the progression. Let me airdrop it onto my laptop. Because, your girl can only behave for so long. Wait. What? Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. I turned off my Wi-Fi. Hold the phone. Hold it. With both hands. Hold it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for talking aggressive to you guys. It's gonna be okay. Hold on. I'm gonna show you 2 videos. And don't worry, just kind of as, as a little announcement, I will do a clearing for everyone. I will clear you guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. I promise I will clear you. Okay. We will do a group clearing after I show you these videos. You guys got to just witness this stuff. You have to. You have to. That's just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to. I will not accept. Okay. So this was someone's reaction. Excuse me. One of their reactions. Biznatch. Okay. You want to play games? I like games. You really want to play games? I like games. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let me be about this real quick. Here. All right. So this is her comment because I was I did a video on TikTok about how chakras, they're unnatural. They're not a natural structure. They were placed there to restrict the amount of frequency that flows through your field in order to reduce the likelihood of you reaching a level of awareness that will facilitate you entering fully into a state of sovereignty. Okay? So this is the comment on the video. WTF are you talking about? Just making shit up as you go along, I see. Has nothing to do with awakening or concise consciences. Oh god. Conscious. She meant consciousness. That's whatever. So this was my comment. You can always tell when a person uses spirituality as a badge of honor and superiority. When they come across information that challenges what they think they know, they get upset. They accuse you of being a liar. They haven't found it on Pinterest yet, and they haven't found it on TikTok, and they haven't found it on any other social media post or spiritual group. Therefore, you must be lying. Guys, remember, when you act this way, it really shows everyone your lack of true spiritual growth. I know I can always learn from other people. And when I hear things, read things, see things that I've never heard before, rather than accusing someone of being a liar and being condescending, what I do is I ask questions. Where can I find more information? How did you come to this conclusion? I do research. And not the kind of research that people use as a badge of honor, again, ego-based research. I really try and see if there's anything that I can expand further on about myself and my knowledge base. So just saying, not saying I know everything, but I am saying I know more than you. Go back to your pumpkin spice, baby. Go back to your pumpkin spice. This is not the place to act a fool, because although I may look docile, wait till you get to know me better. So then, because of that, she went on a whole tirade. She went on a whole tirade. Let me just have my petty moment. I've behaved all fucking week. So she went on a petty tirade, right? And she's like, I'm not gonna watch your reply because I'm not gonna give you the views. Bitch, every time you come back here to comment, you're giving me an algorithm boost. And then so I was like, okay, first, who is this? Who is this? Is this worth like a beef? Because I mean, boo, I'm kind of at a point today where, I mean, if you got an audience, you want some, baby, let's give them something to watch. Because I had like my little petty moment in the parking lot. And then I was like, no, I'll go over to her profile just to see like what's going on. Did someone hurt her? Did someone hurt her? Like, what is this? Why is she so nasty? And then that's when it hold up. You need to see what I found. And I did not screenshot this. She had the download option available. Therefore, it's been released into the public. And we can watch this as a learning opportunity. Okay? We are not here to make anyone feel badly. I'm done with the pettiness, but look at this. I promise you guys I will do a clearing of everyone as soon as this is done, okay? You can already feel the I could already feel it. Okay, here goes. That clip explains it all. That's not channeling spirits. I'm a demonologist. I also perform exorcisms as part of my everyday job. That's a freaking possession that's occurring, but the demon doesn't want you. Baby boo, I'll do an exorcism for you. But you gotta stop with a nasty attitude. I'm serious. You're messing with things you don't understand. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about your lack of knowledge and your assumption that you know so much. It's really going to mess you up. It's really genuinely going to mess you up if it hasn't already. I feel like it already has, because I looked at the other things on your profile and you really Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán. Oh, Captain Save. Oh. I was like, girl, were you just talking shit to me? Because, like, and then this guy. Didn't you just insult someone for the same thing, accusing them of being a fraud? So it wasn't just me, because look at the date. Look at the date. I mean, this is just how she lives. Mediums can't name makes of spirits. Psychics can't get exact details of a person. Healers can't heal incurable sickness. Guess what? I can. Bitches, demons don't even want you, though. That's my personal opinion. Let's keep watching. Have zero ability to allow anyone to give you clarity on anything, because you know it all. No comeback because they rely on grammar. Yeah. Jealous much. I'd say I feel sorry for you, but I don't. I just don't. I could help you, but I know you'd refuse it, and I don't want to waste my time. Here's the thing. I'm going to use you as an example. Yell. Don't be this way. Don't allow things to take over the greatness that you are just because you've been hurt by life, by people. You've been made to feel less than. Don't be this way. Don't be like this person. Yes, you've been hurt. Yes, people have done you wrong. But you also carry within you a greatness that the average person probably cannot understand. Cultivate that greatness and help encourage them to cultivate their own. Don't waste your time on the people who are not willing or capable of receiving help. You don't have to be everyone's savior, because not everyone can be saved. It's true. It's true. It's usually the people who have the most to say about the things they have no idea about that you need to simply steer clear of. Okay? You need to simply steer clear of that and allow yourself to not rise above it, but get the fuck out of there. Right? Absolutely get the hell out of there. Now, tonight, I wanted to talk about the dark side of energy. With the dark side of energy, it's a very intoxicating thing. For those who don't understand why or how it could be intoxicating, you will be able to tap into energies and abilities that can give you an edge over other people. If you haven't done the internal corrections that are necessary to give humility the front seat within your life, within your perception, what ends up happening is that's what ends up happening. Okay? This assumption that you know everything, this assumption that, Everyone else is the issue. I looked at a whole bunch of other comments on that person's posts in like people's comments on their videos. It was pretty much the rest, same thing. Same thing. So at this point, I'm not even going to respond. I definitely have had the laugh that I needed to release whatever energetic tension has been building today because of the shifts in energy. And then that's that. That's all that's going to be. That's all the energy that person will be able to continue to receive from me. So, did you guys feel anything watching that short clip of their video that they allowed downloads for? Did you feel anything at all watching that? Anything on your body? Did you feel some type of nausea? Did you feel some type of queasiness in the belly? Did you start to feel any type of weird, possibly mild sensations in your head? Did you feel anything that caused you to cringe, even just a little bit, or to kind of pull away from your device, even just a little bit? Because those are the signs your body is telling you that dark, malignant energy is around. Mm-hmm. Look away! But it's serious. Like, she's serious, you know. The words make me laugh. That experience does it. That experience did not make me laugh. I was just like, what the fudge? So, guys, I have to clear everyone. I don't believe that any of you have been negatively affected, but I do like to be extra cautious and extra thorough. Anyone who knows me knows this about me. So I'm going to go ahead and play a song. And I'm going to clear everyone. Okay? So breathe deep and slow. How do you guys feel? Ba-ding dong. I think this is the first time I've heard the doorbell. Good. Very, very good. Oh, they're trick-or-treaters. We're in an area that there's a lot of children. So, yes, love it. Love it. Definitely love it. All right. Yeah. Okay. Very good, you guys. So with the dark side of energy work, and it doesn't have to be dark magic that the person is practicing. Dark magic is any type, or dark arts is any type of modality that's used in a very malignant, intentionally malicious way. Okay. So it's definitely it can be anything. It could be anything, literally anything. So you have to just make sure when you begin practicing any type of modality, it doesn't matter what type of modality it is. Well, it's a modality, what ends up happening is you need to always check yourself. I've had plenty of people tell me, like, Emmy, you play too small. Um, you're too humble. You're too this and too that. And maybe they're right, or maybe it's just me consistently practicing humility day in and day out, knowing that any elevations in abilities that I have are simply given to me so that I can better facilitate my service to others. And that's something that you guys always have to make sure you're always asking yourself, why am I doing this? Right? My intention to talk about what I've talked about in the earlier portion of this live stream was to help you guys see there is no need for a lot of the different things that spiritual groups, spiritual teachings are encouraging you to do. Channeling is one of them. I can count on one hand with many fingers left over how many times Michael has entered my body. And he's been with me my entire life. Why do I not channel Michael like that? Because he has no right to enter sovereign territory. He has no authority to do that to me. None. None. If you can hear, if you can feel, there is no need for another being to enter your space. If you are doing energetic work, if you are trying to get guidance from cards and all of that, it's telling me a lot. If you're needing to invoke all of these different things in order for you to do that work, that means you don't yet, not yet, you might later, but for right now, in this moment, you do not have enough experience and maturity to be doing what it is you're about to do. And people might be like, well, Emmy, you are such a hypocrite. Well, you're such a hypocrite, Emmy, because you call things in during fire ceremonies. So here's the thing. I am allowing them the space that I almost never give them to simply share with me. This is my soul family. I'm part of Michael's family. That's why he never leaves my side. I am simply calling my relatives to share space with me, because outside of fire ceremonies, I pretty much don't do that. I'm not the type of relative that's all up your butt, constantly bothering you and asking you to do things. No. If I can't handle that on my own, I'm not going to do it. When I teach my students, because yes, I don't just run an academy, I am the professor, the founder, the owner of the academy and the intellectual property of that academy. That is all my content. And all my students know you are not being taught to invoke things. You are being taught to fuck shit up on your behalf. You can do it. That is your kingdom. Start acting like it. And boy, oh boy, am I proud of my students. Boy, oh boy, am I proud of every single last one of my students who have successfully certified in my program. They can hold their own in any environment starting at level 1. Starting at level 1, they can help pretty much anybody on their own, using their knowledge, their skills. They don't have to invoke anything. You can ask any of my students, do I teach you to invoke anything? Is that even discussed? No, you don't need to invoke anything. You carry a level of power that is yours. So that's definitely something to consider. If you need to invoke things to protect you, why are you doing what you're doing? Because I don't know why. To keep up with the Joneses, to be able to show or prove that, you're powerful. Truly powerful people don't have to announce they're powerful. Does a lion have to tell you it's a lion, or do you see it and just know? Right? You guys have to be very aware of the things that you're getting yourself into during this period. The dark side of energy is very, very alluring. It is. It's very alluring. It is something that can get you very off balance, off kilter very quickly. You won't even notice. Why do I not work with people when it comes to energy? Why do I not launch businesses with other people anymore? I have no energy associates, no energy working associates. Those of you who have been with me for a very long time, you have seen, you have witnessed firsthand what happens when I do that. Yep. And you guys might be like, well, what about Ocean Lover? Ocean Lover's badass on her own terms. I wish you would. I wish you would. She fuck your ass up. I'm not worried for her at all. First, she's badass on her own. Secondly, she's certified. She's certified. She'll fuck your ass up. That's the only person. That's the only person that I am publicly associated with. Why? Because people who don't have the capacity to exist at the level of integrity that is necessary to work beside me, they get seduced by darkness. They lose sight of what we are doing together. And then they become the things that we once upon a time both disliked together. It's not that people change. It's that people become so comfortable. They then allow you to see who they really are. I'm not saying this as a hurt person. I'm saying this as someone who is finally aware. I finally have no more refusal to see the truth of what the situation is. It is what it is. It was what it was. And it will be what I make it. So there's a lot of things that people want to learn. Learn it. Learn it. Cultivate your gifts, cultivate your skills. Make sure you're learning things that have integrity, that at the root of what you're learning is integrity that cannot be shook. Learn from someone who is not wanting a following. Learn from someone who remains humble and full of humility. I'm not the only person that's like that. You might have a hard time finding someone else. You know, you might have a hard time finding another person. But I'm not the only person that's like this. I know I'm not. That's an impossibility for me to be the only one that operates at such a level of integrity. There are other people. And as a matter of fact, I'm preparing to publish the list of my students who have certified. Yeah. I want to support them. They are very gifted. They are full of integrity. They are reflections of my own heart. Good people. Very, very good people. Very, very skilled, very full of integrity. I cannot emphasize that enough. That is a huge part of what I teach. That it always has to come back around to, why am I doing this for my client? Am I showing off? Will this harm them? Am I taking their sovereignty away? These are things that I consistently teach. And when you can stay in that space of integrity, when you can stay in that space of really knowing why you are doing what you do, you can absolutely harness the darker, more shadow aspects and abilities and not be consumed by it. The reality is this: the most efficient way to subdue, to negate a dark entity is to introduce an entity that's even darker. You have no idea how deep my sovereign kingdom goes. The depth of the darkness that lives inside me. I did not emerge from shadows. I am a child of creation that plays with it. I am one who is not afraid of what's hidden in that realm. I am aware of my proper position in the world of energy as a totality. I have a darkness that I am made of. As dark as my light is bright. Why do you think I'm so efficient in parasitic extraction? You'd be hard-pressed to find something darker than my shadow. Ding dong. I'm saying, you cannot be consumed by your darkness when you're not afraid of it. When darkness and shadow is not a part of your fears and insecurities. There's no consuming me. None. No. I will not allow it, and if I do not agree, if I do not consent, it is not allowed. Is it because I'm stronger than you? No. It's because I exist in my sovereignty. And to exist in my sovereignty means I will never give my power away to anyone else. That whatever I decide, it will be on my terms and my decision. How can you consume me if that's the case? You can't. You can try, but you'll find either your tongue, your jaw, or your whole fucking face is missing. Because as I said, as a sovereign, I'm the utmost authority in my field, in my life, and I will use whatever force is necessary to help you to learn that and back the fuck up. But I can still be rainbows and sunshines. I can. I can. It's not an act, it's another aspect of me. And that's the thing. With the dark side of energy, if you are playing these roles, these characters, you will be consumed. You will get consumed by that energy. Do you know how intoxicating that type of power is? I've lived many lifetimes as magicians and mages and sorcerers and sorceress and high priestess and high priest and all kind of different things. So many lifetimes. It's ridiculous. It's at a point where it's ridiculous. You know, there was this quote, hold on. Let me find it. I screenshotted it. I screenshotted it. I screenshotted it. I did. I did because it blew my mind. It was just, wow, what? So, and I quote, I am the punishment of God. If a man had not committed such great sin, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. Oh, the con of all cons. Stop it. Yeah, no, that was a powerful quote, though. I was like, ooh, boo, you're not even sorry. No, he is not. Yeah, like, have you ever heard that quote? I came across it for the first time yesterday, and I was just like, bitch, what did you say? I had to read it a few times. Like, motherfucker, you so unashamed. I read it again. I read it again. I am the punishment of God. If man had not committed such great sin, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. I don't know why it makes me laugh. Like, what the fuck? Bruh, what the fuck? Why you like this? Mm-hmm. The con of all cons. Why does that make me laugh? What the fuck? Okay, I gotta stop. That's the level of intensity that I live at, though. That's totally the level of intensity that I live at. I gotta just read it one more time. I am the punishment of God. If man had not committed such great sin, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. Mm-hmm. The con of all cons. Just like, let me see. I wonder if I can find more quotes from this fool. Famous quotes. Okay. Let's see what else he says. A man's greatest joy is crushing his enemies. Oh, shit. He's fucking intense. What's wrong with you? An action committed in anger is an action doomed to failure. Ooh, is that why you get calm and I'm mad? There's no good in anything until it's finished. Ooh. I mean, he's resonating a little too much. He's resonating a little too much. He says, there's no good in doing anything until it's finished. If you're afraid, don't do it. If you're doing it, don't be afraid. Just get it done. I added the last part. What else? Here's 25 quotes. Let's go through all of them. Let's go through all of them. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Not even a mighty warrior can break a frail arrow when it's multiplied and supported by its fellows. As long as you brothers support one another and render assistance to one another, your enemies can never gain the victory over you. But if you fall away from each other, your enemy can break you like the frail arrows, one at a time. I'm saying. This one is good. I hate luxury. I exercise moderation. It will be easy to forget your vision and purpose once you have fine clothes, fast horses, and beautiful women, in which case you will be no better than a slave and you will surely lose everything. I totally resonate with that. Totally resonate with that because it's like, ew, ooh, ew. What are these pictures? I want the quotes. I don't want, like, what is this? Oh my God. I clicked on the wrong damn thing. That was such. Okay. The strength of a wall is neither greater nor less than the courage of the men who defend it. You know what I'm saying? Bada bing, bada boom. You can build walls all you want, but if you lack the courage and the strength and the conviction to uphold your boundaries, they're worthless. They're worthless. And that's a reality of life even till now. Remember, you have no companions but your shadow. Your shadow is the only thing that follows you through your entire life. I know many of you have heard me talk about this before. It's this thing of the shadow is the only thing that's present through every single experience, your entire life, from conception all the way through your transition out of a physical body. It follows you around like a lovesick puppy, always at your heels, begging for your attention, begging for acknowledgement. Man's highest joy is in victory, to conquer one's enemies, to pursue them, to deprive them of their possessions, to make their beloved weep, to ride on their horses, and to embrace their wives and daughters. Damn, you a fucking savage, yo. But I see. That's how you fuck someone up mentally, emotionally. I'm saying that's how you destroy people. Shit, that's efficient. Come and sip from the cup of destruction. Bitch, I'm not even thirsty. He said, come and sip from the cup of destruction. Why are you like this, Genghis? What the fuck? Do you need a hug? Oh, damn. See this? I had to work through this earlier in life. It's his quote: "It is not sufficient that I succeed. All others must fail." Like, girl, you don't got to kill people with your words. You already won. Stop. I had to deal with that for a little bit. Let's see. All who surrender will be spared. Whoever does not surrender, but opposes with struggle and dissension, shall be annihilated. I mean, he carried that belief over into the life of Shaka Zulu. I'm a Zulu. Okay. Let me stop. Who lived first? Hold on. Okay. So he was born in 1155. Wait, huh? Wait, what? 1162 is when he was born. Okay. And then he died in 1227. 1162, 1227. Let's see. 1787. Yeah, so he did. He carried that shit all the way through into Shaka's life. I'm saying. You know, and he didn't stop his behaviors either. He didn't stop his behaviors. He was still pissed off. I'm saying he was still pissed off. And so, like, let me not even talk about things that I'm very sensitive about. So yeah, let's find another quote because let's see. Conquering the world on horseback is easy. It's dismounting and governing that's hard. Ooh, this. Heaven grew weary of the excessive pride and luxury of China. I am from the barbaric north. I wear the same clothing and eat the same food as the cowherds and horse herders. We make the same sacrifices and we share our riches. I look upon the nation as a newborn child and I care for my soldiers as though they were my brothers. Oof. I'm saying. Ooh. Even when a friend does something you do not like, he continues to be your friend. Unless he was never a friend to begin with. Be one of mind and one of faith, that you may conquer your enemies and lead long and happy lives. Just as God gave different fingers to the hand, so has he given different ways to men. Okay, Genghis. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. We're going to have to leave that time period alone. We're going to have to leave that alone now. Did you just do a spoken word? I did. I'm saying, let's see quotes from Shaka Zulu. Let's see what Shaka said. I'm so like, no, it's good shit. Ooh, I'm saying, I'm a Zulu. Let me stop. Shaka said, to subdue another tribe, you must strike it once and for all. Total war, total subjugation to the paramount king, and total destruction to anyone who raises even a whisper against him. Never leave an enemy behind, or it will rise again to fly at your throat. Woo! Motherfucker, be thorough, bitches. Be thorough. Stop. Okay, here. I need no bodyguard at all, for even the bravest men who approach me get weak at the knees and their hearts turn to water, while their heads become giddy and incapable of thinking as a sweat of fear paralyzes them. That's on knowing what the fuck you got, boo. Flowers are born and they wither. Ooh. Damn, don't get me up in this energy. Up, children of Zulu, your day has come. Up and destroy them all. Yikes. We are going to wreak havoc on our opponent's psyche and their plan of attack. I'm saying. Dang. He was really just about like the destruction. we're going to leave Shaka alone. So I don't know if you'll find information on this, but the Khan of all Khans. I don't know if you'll find how he died. Part of the anger that he carried when he incarnated later in a subsequent life as Shaka Zulu was because of the way he died. He was murdered. He was betrayed. His logic of, even if a friend does something you don't like, they're still your friend. That's what ultimately led to Genghis's murder. He was murdered. Don't ask me how I know. He was murdered. He was murdered by someone who had access to him. He allowed himself to be stabbed and thrown into a ravine in exchange for his son's life, his rightful heir. It's just intense. Ooh. While 1,000 people are hacking at the branches of evil, there's one striking at the root. You always go for the root rather than the branches. Whatever branches you remove will continue to grow in different areas of the tree. You strike it at the root, and the tree will cease to exist. You don't cut it at the trunk because you give it the ability to later grow again. Get it at the root without poisoning the land. I'm telling you, I don't read books that are about the art of war. I've just lived through so many wars, it's ridiculous. I've just lived through so many wars, it's ridiculous. And yeah, I'm just naturally tactical in nature. Just naturally tactical in nature. Yeah. Snakes were in his garden. Yeah, no, I mean, the whole friendship thing, like some people will feign friendship. So if you don't properly categorize them, what ends up happening is you give graces to a person who, yeah, never deserved it, right? They didn't deserve that depth of grace. The friends that I have right now are friends that I know I will have for the rest of my life because they are real friends, genuine people who are not using me. They don't want clout from me. I don't know how I could give you clout anyways. I mean, fucking a lot of people think I'm weird. I don't know what clout I could give you. I don't think I can. But I mean, it's just one of those things where I had to go through a lot of the dark energy portion of things in order to be able to develop, cultivate the appropriate level of appreciation for the friends that I have right now. You know, like there is no question in my mind about the very specific, very, very, very small group of people that I call a friend. Because if I call you a friend, motherfucker, that means you're my family. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what that means. And if you're my family, like really, I don't care what you do. I'm gonna love you no matter what. I'm gonna love you no matter what. You know? Until you begin conducting yourself as though you are not family to me and that I am not family to you. I mean, at that point, it's like, well, then fuck you. Fuck you then, you know? But yeah, you have to know who is an actual friend and who is just pretending to be for whatever benefit they think they can get. And there are people who are like that, but not everyone is like that. If that's all you've ever had in your connections, I think what needs to happen is you need to assess why you are drawn only to those type of people. It's not about blaming you, it's about recognizing you are the one choosing who to pay attention to. And if you can get to the root of why you are drawn to the people who do the things they do, then you can begin healing the wound that keeps needing the attention, that it's using other people, it's projecting into your environment. And if you can heal that wound, you can make real friends that can be friends for the rest of your life. It's a very beautiful thing. I have so much gratitude, especially for, two specific women, because they really helped me to learn not all women are toxic. Some women are just good people. They don't want anything. They support you, they allow you to support them. It's a beautiful give and take. It's very balanced. There's true, genuine love and concern, and, all of that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I'll always have gratitude for that. And I've experienced enough of people who are trying to develop a publicly visible association with me because they think there's going to be some type of benefit. Um, there won't be any benefit. And when I sense that from people, I've become so sensitive to it at this point. Appropriate levels of sensitization. I kind of just leave it as it is. I don't need to address it because I'm not going to be doing anything that you think I'm going to be doing for you. I'm just not. There's enough room for everyone to succeed, but you're not going to step on me to do it. Then that's just that. Right? I used to think like, oh, if I don't help everyone, then, that might be like seen as me being very, like I'm insecure and this and that. No, every time I've told myself that, I've entered into the dark side of energy. And what I've learned is that if there is space for everyone, then they can do it on their own. I don't have to offer my face as a stepping stool for them. I don't think so. I'm done. I'm done doing that. Yeah. I'm not against people succeeding. By all means, yes, succeed. I genuinely mean that. Succeed. Yes, do it. But you're not going to climb on me for that. I'm not going to give you a piggyback ride. You're not going to climb on me. You're going to go into your own space and do that in your own space, on your own time, your own channel, your own whatever. Go build your own thing. Enjoy what you build. Have pride in what you are creating for yourself. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it's going to stay beautiful because I'm not going to offer myself up for fuckery. I just won't. I won't anymore. I'm not opposed to people succeeding. I want to make that very clear. I'm just opposed to me being the sacrificial lamb. And that's what I'm opposed. Ooh. Mm-hmm. The ex reached out to me today to try to play nice, but it gave me anxiety, and he's a liar. Eliza, do you want my thoughts on this? Do you want my opinion? Because if you don't want my opinion, I will definitely keep my mouth shut. You are very smart, very intuitive, and you can absolutely handle this on your own without me, putting in my 2 cents. Yes, you do. He can go ahead and be nice with your lawyer. He can be nice with your lawyer. He doesn't have to reach out to you. Hopefully, you have some type of mediation in addition to like the lawyer or whoever, or what are they called? Guardian ad litem or something like that. And he can be nice to them and they can communicate to you, you know, because people like him will use any type of way they possibly can. It starts with that, but it's always at a cost. Yeah. The courts want us playing nice. Playing is playing. You know him, and that's why you don't trust him being nice. You know him. One of the things that occurs on the dark side of that energy is they take not just your greatest insecurity, but they also analyze your greatest desires, right? So, for example, I had to learn this lesson. I had to. It's something that is an important part of my understanding of myself and my journey and all of that. Okay. So a long time ago, I was craving being part of a community, like minds, like hearts, all of that beautiful mumbo jumbo. And it was this thing of I had been so ostracized by neurotypical people for so long that I just felt so unsure within myself. And I craved that moment where I could say, like, I have a community. And so I came across someone who, at the very beginning, seemed very pure. The energy was beautiful. It didn't take long after I came on board. It did not take long for the expansion of reach on social media. Uh, I look back and I see that's all he really wanted from me. He took one look at a live stream, and I distinctly remember we had this group chat, or I don't know anymore why I was present for that, but it was this thing of like he wanted to form a super group. And he was looking for people to be part of that team. And he happened to be discussing me in front of other people or with other people in front of me. And they were all talking about me as I wasn't there. It wasn't bad stuff, but still it felt weird. It was this thing of, yeah, you just have to hear her speak for only a few minutes. And you just know she doesn't talk like anyone else. We need her on the team. And because I had such a desire to finally find a place where I belong, that's what was exploited. That's what was exploited. Sometimes that dark side of energy does not just manipulate or exploit the fears and insecurities. Sometimes it will greatly manipulate the very thing you want the most. A year or two later, I thought I was done wanting a community because that was just a huge clusterfuck. I don't like confrontation, but if you force me into it, I promise you I will excel. If I can speak eloquently while discussing quotes and poetry and concepts, could you imagine what I could do when I add a little shadow in that? I know how to communicate in such a way that can tear a person down from the inside out. I can get you so twisted within yourself just by talking to you for a few minutes. I know I have the capacity to do that. I often don't. I often will tell myself, don't do that to someone. Don't do that to someone. Don't fuck with their head like that. Don't do that to someone. People don't realize, yes, I'm Piscean. Yes, I'm Capricorn moon. My mother, pretty much her entire chart is Scorpio. A lot of people used to ask me, are you Scorpio? No, but I was bathed in scorpion waters, marinated in it. Literally everything in her chart is Scorpio, aside from her Pisces sun. So I have the capacity to tap into darkness that's just really destructive for myself and for other people. And when I was done thinking that I needed a community, I then began to think what I really need is a mother. I'd walked away from my entire family, everyone. No one had a way to contact me. I lived on the road. I had no forwarding address. I changed my phone number. Everyone in my family was forced to change their phone number. No contact for years. Because, like I said, I was marinated in scorpion waters. If I want to punish you, I will punish you like you've never thought I could. So then I wanted a mother figure. Boy, oh boy, that was horrible. That was horrible. See, the dark side of energy will teach you in whatever way you need, whatever way you choose. And if you're not cognizant of the lesson at hand, that will wreck you. That will absolutely wreck you. It will cause you to feel things that most people don't recover from. I say most because some will. And those that can, those that do, they're the people who become the trailblazers, the ones who show others how to get out of that, how to find their power and their voice, how to begin seeing clearly, how to be able to walk with power, dignity, and grace. And so I had to go through all of that, all of that. The mother figure thing, I had to go through twice. Bitches, I couldn't learn the first time. Both were Scorpios. I just realized that now. Woo! Both mother figures were Scorpios. I didn't realize my mother had so much Scorpio in her chart until just a few months ago. I have her birth certificate and I decided to look up her chart and I was like, bitch, that's fucking why you act like that. I didn't call my mom a bitch. I was just like, fricative, damn, what the hell? That's why you act that way. And then it suddenly all made sense because it's like, okay, got it. Got it. That's why. I think a lot of people think I'm, a lot of people used to think that I'm Scorpio, but I'm not. I was just marinated in it. And my mom's not a bad person. She's not. She's one of the most loving, most forgiving, most generous people I've ever come across. But that scorned Scorpio energy, just be like, the fuck? What the fuck did I do to you? Yeah. So, but she never went into that dark Scorpio space. Probably because I already lived there. She's probably like, oh my God, my daughter will kill somebody. Not literally, figuratively. But that dark energy, that's what it does. That's what it does. It finds the most efficient way to teach you the most difficult things that you would hesitate to learn. That's what the dark energy does. People know about Scorpios and fire signs, but they don't know about Pisceans when they are crossed. Could you imagine me in like my villain era? Could you imagine what that would be like? Oh my gosh, your daughter's about to give birth? Congratulations. I hope that her delivery is, safe and speedy and as pain-free as possible. Oh man. So, okay, guys, ask me questions about dark energy. Ask me what you want to know because I'm going to get going soon. You can imagine me as a villain. Oh my god. I'm just saying. Oh my god, I think if I was allowed to pick my own villain costume, it would involve leather and maybe like a whip with barbs at the end. I'm saying, or maybe a cattle prod. Have you guys ever seen a cattle prod? And then like we would want it to be encased in maybe like a brushed suede. The softness of it, but bitch, when it touches you, the fuck you say to me? I'm saying, could you see that? I should. Oh no, that would be sex trade, huh? I was like, I should have that as a service. No, that makes you a sex worker. Stop it. You can't do that. You can't do that. That would not be appropriate. I'm saying I would make a good villain if I could just get over myself. I don't like hurting people. I don't like hurting people. It hurts my heart. I don't like that. Like oftentimes when I'm rude to people, I feel so badly about that for a while. You know what I'm saying? I know I definitely feel like there would be a lot of people who would pay for that. But then I also definitely feel like that would create much more of a stalker issue. You know what I mean? So we're gonna not even joke about it. So here's a good question. How do you tap into dark energy? I mean, how do you work on it? I still really don't understand what dark energy is exactly. So, dark energy are the components of you that are hidden away, the parts of you that you are most ashamed of. How do you tap into it? By being your most authentic self. That usually involves you experiencing things and choosing to remain in that space of discomfort to address whatever it is that's making you uncomfortable. So, that usually will give you some type of access into another aspect of who you are. For example, public communications. That is something that's very uncomfortable for me. It still is to this day. Like you wouldn't think that, but it is. It is. Bitch, when have I lied? Never. So yeah, it's still something that's very uncomfortable for me. But because I tap into it's something that very much leads to my personal power expanding over myself and all of that. Yo, don't give my husband ideas. Look at this. Look at this. Don't be giving him ideas. He was talking about taking pictures of my feet. He was talking about taking pictures of my feet and like he's like, no one needs to know. No, I don't want people seeing my feet. That's nasty. So here's the thing that's hard. How can you balance it? Sometimes I don't let out, and then that's when I start allowing things that I shouldn't allow from the beginning. So when it comes to existing in your authenticity, there really is no balancing it. You either are authentic or you're not. And if your shadow aspects are where your most authentic parts are, like I said, you're either authentic or you're not. So it's not that you're failing to balance it, it's that you keep reverting back to a space of inauthentic existence. And it's not to say that you're a liar, it's to say that you are somehow still being coerced into a place of subjugation, mental, emotional subjugation. Someone is dominating you in such a way that's causing you to relinquish your throne to them. So you're going to have to basically face things, address things. It can be kind of deduced down to this concept of avoidance. If you are avoidant of all of the things that need to be addressed, then you'll tend to revert into this space of giving people what they want so that they'll stop. Yeah, unfortunately. Let's see. Yep, this right here. If it's being called to the surface and you're not inclined to do so, that is the balance. So it's this thing of knowing that you're like, right now, no, this is not what I want to do. And I guess that's the only way to balance it, because you're not denying what needs to be done. And at the same time, you're not denying that you don't want to right now. But you can only do this so many times before it's just a more intellectualized type or form of avoidance, right? Oh, and yeah. Ooh, good thing we not on TikTok right now. They come for me with pitchforks if I talk about their goddess like that. They would. They'd be like, ooh, ooh. It's like, ooh, girl, you offering me to the Pharisees to be crucified. Bitches, I fight back in this life. Okay, let me stop. I wasn't Jesus. But I will take your hammer, I will pop your ass. You want to crucify me? Say goodbye to your kneecaps, bitches. Yeah, no, I would be like, fuck that. I would snatch the hammer, tap you in your shin. Fuck you. I would. How dare you? I like my wrist. Like, who the fuck you think you hit? Okay, I'm on a tangent. What was your question? I kind of I have a kind of related question. Many females like to tap into Lilith energy, invoke Lilith, thinking it's about sacred feminine power. What are your thoughts on that? So, so here's the thing. Lilith is a whole being. So she does have the dark energy, and she does have the light-based energy. Girlfriend likes to dabble a little more in the dark than she does in the light. And so what ends up happening is it's a very unbalanced type thing. Very, very unbalanced type thing. I have found that a lot of people who tap into that whole Lilith thing, um, these are people who have been so disappointed and so hurt, and they are projecting it in such a way, just like how Lilith projected. There are stories of Lilith having been Adam's first wife, right? So Lilith was Adam's first wife, and then the story goes on to say they were made of the same mud at the same time, and therefore they were equals. And then Lilith got upset because Adam wanted to, be on top and she didn't want to be on the bottom. And then they got into an argument and she left. She uttered the name of God, grew wings, and flew away. And then Adam was a little bitch. Adam was a snitch and he told God, and then God took his side. And that's the story. And so Lilith was cursed and banished. And then Adam was given a new wife, extracted from his rib. Her name was Eve. And, you guys know that story. Well, what if? What if Lilith fell in love with a demon before it became a demon? I'm not talking about Lucifer. What if the portion of the story that was not released is that a specific watcher of old became infatuated and lusted after Lilith and came to her, mimicking Lucifer, and began to fornicate with her. And she did not want to be on the bottom because guess what? She was already with child by this demonic being. And while mimicking the form of Lucifer, he told her all these lies and gave her the spoken words that would allow her to escape the lab. And when she escaped and refused to return, she then was punished because it was made known what she had been doing. When she was cursed, she wasn't just like forbidden from Eden. No, you can look in ancient texts. She became the mother of demons, the succubus and the incubus. And she was given free reign up until the child, I think, was like a week old. That if the child was not protected by the parents through spiritual practices, that she would have the right to take that child's life. Mhm. That's in a lot of, you know, a lot of people don't know that though. They don't know that. That's what the rebellion was based upon. It is that same being that fornicated with Lilith that taught the humans about the art of seduction. He's even named. Taught us about war, armory, taught us about all sorts of different things that we were not supposed to know. That's still the person, the being that Lilith answers to. That is her forever love. That's what you're tapping into. Lilith is very, very, very good at mind games. Very good at extracting information from you, at projections of thought inceptions. That's what you tap into when you tap into Lilith. Yes, she still has a portion of herself that is still intact, but her darkness, her shadow, that's been fully corrupted. It's fully corrupted. You think you are tapping into what? Feminine power? I see no feminine power, no goddess energy in a female who was corrupted by a demon and still pledges allegiance to it. I'm saying. But people have their own religious beliefs, which I respect, absolutely. Um, you know, I absolutely respect that. That's just my thoughts on it, my personal thoughts. If you worship Lilith, that's your goddess. I hope what I said did not offend you. Um, I absolutely accept that you have a varying belief. It's just what I remember, though. That's the thing. It's what I remember. I don't know if you will find um, literature to fully support everything that I have said. Uh, there are different esoteric texts that dive into this. I can't remember their names at this point, but there are esoteric texts that dive into this. You can find some esoteric texts that talk about Ia's den. That's lab. Eden is a lab. It was a campus that was created to facilitate genetic mutation experiments, genome splicing, hybridization programs. Enki and Enlil. I'm not making this up. These are things that I remember, and whenever I start to think like I just have a really good imagination, I find the esoteric texts, very, very ancient texts. Look into the beliefs of the Sumerians, look into Mesopotamia, Akkadians, Lilith, Lilitu, Tehuti, all of that. I'm actually very well versed in esoterica. I just don't like to share it. And most of it I've forgotten at this point, because when you begin to realize that you were part of the soul team that came and intentionally inverted much of what was transcribed from the CDT plates when the information was stolen, then you kind of just like, yeah, it's all bullshit at this point. It's just, I don't need to know all of this. Whatever I need to know, it will come to me so that I can facilitate whatever work I need to do. And that's just that. That's how I see things at this point. That's just that. I don't need to quote. I don't need to this. I don't need to that. Like, whatever. People can believe things that they want to believe, and they can disbelieve things they don't want to believe. And people have cognitive dissonance sometimes. And when you say things that trigger this realization that they have eaten of the forbidden fruit. Oh. Do you know why the fruit was forbidden? It wasn't because we were not allowed to have knowledge. It's because it was too early in our development. We did not have the maturity to be able to be responsible with the knowledge that the fruit would give us. Look what happened to Lilith. She was fed the fruit before Eve. Look what happened to her. These things to really fuck with your head. And if you can't think for yourself, if you don't have the courage to question, that's how they get you. I'm not saying, believe me completely, wholeheartedly, everything I say is the absolute truth. No. These are my perceptions. Question it. Look things up yourself. Find information. When you hear me say a term that makes you feel something, you take that term and you look for more information about it. I cannot and will not give you all the information. What if my information is flawed? And then you're blindly believing me. I'm serving as a Lilith in your life at that point, and I don't want to be a Lilith. I don't want to be her. So you take these terms and you look for the information. And when you have enough terms, you find the manuals that are necessary to better understand. And then you question the manuals. And as you question the manuals, it will take you to other manuals. And as you find those other manuals, you question those as well. And you'll find others and others and others and others and others until you have all of these tidbits. And when you lay them out, because now you're like, I'm fucking confused, this is too much information, something clicks. And you begin to remember. You're not imagining anymore. You begin to remember. And you enter into a state of gnosis. That's what they don't want. They don't want you to be tapped into your wealth of knowledge. So, we're made of what, like 70, 80% water. Let's see. How much water does the body have? 60%. Damn. 60%. So the brain is, I'll show you guys this chart. I'll show you the chart. Okay. Let's go ahead. Save this image. Let's open that BizNetch up. Okay. Let's share it on the screen. Nope, that's not the button. This is right here. All right. So water in the human body based on organ systems. So the brain is 75% water. Blood is 83% water. The heart is 79% water. Bones are 22%. Muscles are 75%. Liver is 85%. Kidneys are 83%. Well, what if I told you water, hydroplasma, is one of the most easily programmed fluids, substances? Prima mata. What if I told you that? So if we look at this, let's hide that. Well, that doesn't do any better. Here, if we look at this, 75% of the brain is made of water. 75% of this structure is made of the very fluid that can be programmed and used as a conduit to transfer information from soul to physical body. 83% of your blood is water. What does that tell me? That tells me that 83% of your blood has the capacity to transfer information from one organ system to another, as well as enter into cellular matter. The heart is 79% water. That's a pretty high percentage, I'd say. Why is that a high percentage? Well, because more than half of your heart has the capacity to tap into archaic knowledge. It has a capacity to hold 79% of your knowledge as a soul. Bones are 22%. They're more rigid. So we need that rigidity in order to give us proper form and structure. Muscles, 75% water as well. When you allow the muscles to expand and contract, you are moving that water. When you move that water, you are then giving yourself the ability to expunge the emotions and the traumas that are stored by the water in that musculature. The liver is 85% water. Why would the liver need to be 85% water? Because it filters. It filters your pain and your trauma. It's part of the process that helps to excrete the toxicity in your life. Kidneys as well. You're either releasing information or holding on to it. So why have the powers that be gone so far in this desire to damage the gut lining? Leaky gut, hyperpermeable bowel is damage, injury to the lining of your gut. Why? Well, the intestines is what allows for the water to be reabsorbed right along with the nutrients, or it gets excreted. Dehydration, lack of knowledge. When you get dehydrated, do you ever notice, have you heard that when you are chronically dehydrated, you often exist with brain fog? The hydroplasma, there's not enough to circulate the information and the processing. This. So like the sun is consciousness. When you allow the sun to touch your skin, you then begin to produce vitamin D3. You synthesize it naturally. When you begin to produce vitamin D3, what ends up happening? You end up being able to go through quite a few other processes that are crucial for your health. What have they taught us? Wear sunscreen, it'll prematurely age you. Do I look prematurely aged? I'm turning 44 in a couple months. I wear absolutely no sunscreen. I wear absolutely no foundation. At best, I'll put some powders around my eyes so that my mascara doesn't smudge. Translucent powder at best, if that. I have an issue producing vitamin D3, even when I'm exposed to the sun. Why? It creates an excess of consciousness for me. I disconnect from the rest of humanity. So I naturally will avoid the sun. It makes me feel sick. And when I put sunscreen, my skin will break out in rashes, cysts. I'm highly allergic to sunscreen. Did you know much of sunscreen contains carcinogens? And then they say the sun caused the cancer, failing to disclose to you the titanium dioxide that they put in most sunscreens is a known carcinogen. They want to block your ability to retain more of that consciousness. You're constantly topped up by the sun. Soul gel theory of cell theory. Just saying. I'm just saying, I know it's a lot of information, but all of this ties in together, including the question about Lilith, including the question about Lilith. Let's see. Let us see. Do you want to have that conversation now, Aileen? Um, we, we we might be able to. Who knows? Yep. When I think about how much water we have in our bodies, I think about how much influence the moon has over us. It does. It can greatly influence you. It can greatly influence you. So let's see. How can we be our true authentic self? Oftentimes, it requires the death of the identity that you believe yourself to be in this moment. For most of us, the person that we think we are, it's really nothing more than a compilation of everyone else's expectations of who they want and need us to be. So that's just one of the things, is you have to allow the shedding to occur, releasing these components of your personality that aren't really you. Like, there's certain, I still have certain quirks. I can't think of any right now for some reason, but I do still have certain quirks where it's like, that's not really my most authentic self. That's like a projection of my insecurities, or it's a trauma response of some kind, or something like that. And so I need to kind of sit with myself for a moment and be like, girl, that's not really who you are, how you think. Where is this coming from? Do I still need to do this? Why am I doing this if I still feel I have to do this? All of these different questions. A lot of the questioning of why you're acting the way you're acting, why you see and think the way you do, it will help you to really assess what parts of you are from your authentic self and what parts are really just emanations of a character that was created by someone else, a character that you are playing for them. Wait, what's this? This religion has spread like wildfires in my city. I mean, it's so easily pushed because it gives people of color deities that look like us. However, Okay. What do you want to know, Aileen? I want to be respectful of everyone's, like I said earlier with Lilith, I want to be respectful of other people's religious beliefs, religious practice, respectful of their belief in their deities and all of that. What questions specifically do you want to ask me? Um, if you're asking this question, Laura, so how do I know if I'm being accessed through partners? You probably already can feel it and know, and that's why you're wondering. Yeah. So I'm nervous about your question, Aileen. I've had quite a few lifetimes that tie into that. So, oh man. I'm open to answering things if I'm able to answer it in a respectful way. Oh man. Oh man. Another, let's see. I backed away because of the dogmatic tactics with the deities and the way they're being portrayed with some of the traits of demonic energy. So I don't know. I was just wondering. Um, my personal stance is that regardless of um, regardless of the way the religion is presented, it is just my personal view on all organized religions at this point, that it either carries with it the opportunity for human corruption through greed and lust for power, or it's already been infiltrated, and therefore the belief structures that have been integrated into that religious practice is to give control to a very select few. And oftentimes, as part of the religious practice, and you can see this through so many different religions, the deity that's being used to ensnare the human consciousness and keep it in cycles, they're oftentimes portrayed as the very people who are the actual target, who are, the ones that the energy is being taken from, the sovereignty and all of that. So I tend to kind of skirt around and away from organized religions and conversations about them, because again, just because I have this personal stance about um, organized religions for myself, my personal life, it doesn't mean that I suddenly have the right or the authority or even the place to be criticizing other people's beliefs. Like, in this life, I was baptized and confirmed as Catholic. I went through the full indoctrination. I went to catechism classes. I have so many different sacraments. I went to a private Catholic school from kindergarten through to high school. I graduated. I wanted to be a nun, like the whole shebang. And it's definitely this thing of like, you're not allowed to question. You're not allowed to think for yourself. You're not allowed to do any of the things that would connect you to your own divinity. And as I broke away from that, I still absolutely respect and honor people who connect with their divinity through those religious practices. And I've come across people who are absolutely like, oh no, we have to convince everyone. Like, motherfucker, calm down. Don't fucking be telling people what to believe. Let them believe what they believe in order for them to connect with their divinity. And if they come to the same conclusions as you and I did, by all means, let them. But never tell someone to be ashamed of their beliefs, so long as they're not intentionally hurtful and harmful. Now, um, with kind of the topic that you brought up, um, it's almost this thing of from what I remember, it's almost like this thing of these practices, these rituals that will encourage the channeling of those deities, right? um, and as that happens, you give up more and more of yourself and you feed into that deity more and more. um, if you go through all the way with it, then you're blessed with access to that protection and those gifts. But I mean, it's not really blessing you in my personal eyes, from what I remember in those lifetimes. It's more like a form of inhabitation in exchange for payment from your soul. I don't know if that makes sense. So, and what I've also found, I don't know if this is still what's happening, because when I have bad experiences in previous lives with certain types of practices, beliefs, regions, peoples, things like that, in the current life, I tend to kind of just try and steer clear of it, just because it's, I guess, a way for me to protect myself from the full flow of remembering all of that. So, what I remember before is that the person who's teaching you, it's kind of like a pyramid scheme. This is so fucking offensive to create that analogy. Let me see if I can find another. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm not saying religions are a pyramid scheme. That's the only analogy I can make, where it's like, multi-level marketing. There, that's better. Multi-level marketing, where, the more people you have working under you and you're teaching them, the more source energy you can harvest from them. You know what I mean? And for some people, they do it in a responsible way. I cringe saying that. They do it in a responsible way where they're not trying to take advantage. But for many, that ties into what I was talking about earlier, where it's like the type of power that you can harness, it's intoxicating. And once you become intoxicated with that, just like you take your first shot of tequila and you're like, oh my God, that's disgusting. But after a while, when you drunk already, it tastes like water, baby boo. Bring out the moonshine. That's just spicy water. It don't even taste nasty no more. It's just like it's cleaning you out. So it's like that. You become desensitized in your perception of your behaviors. And it's very easy to lose track and lose sight of why you started that journey to begin with. So every single organized religion and world religion, however you want to refer to it, has the capacity to be good and empowering, but it also carries with it the intrinsic potential and oftentimes reality of corruption. So it's kind of just like, you know, you get both in all religions. I don't necessarily feel like any one single religion is bad, because I feel all of them are. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. My honest belief is that whatever helps you to continue to connect with your higher divinity and come to more profound realizations and levels of awareness of yourself, as long as you're not hurting people, you're not being malignant, and just go ahead, believe what you believe. connect with your divinity, grow in the way you need to grow. We all have our own path. We do. We all have our own thing that we need to learn. So everyone needs to just calm the fuck down about being on the same page. Bitches, some of us are illiterate. What? I'm saying. Some people have no idea even how to, like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So before I go, I do want to share something with you guys. Let me just hold up. Hold up. Let me go ahead and show you guys a little something. Okay. I am working diligently. Hold up. Okay. I am working ever so diligently to get over the things that I need to get over. And I want to show you guys this so that you know, especially for my sanctuary folks, okay? My soul sanctuary people. Oh, no. Let me go ahead and revert that. Revert it to the original. Okay, thank you. I'm getting closer and closer to getting over myself and my struggles with myself. It's closer and closer. It's ever so close now. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys. Okay. So if you are part of the Soul Sanctuary.love, I'm saying if you are part of it, start stacking your chips, because I'm feeling like we as our little community, we need to kind of just come together one of these days very soon and take a little outing. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something. So here's the thing. All right. So let me see. All right. Oh, I need to cut some of this out. Right here. Okay. Right there. We're going to crop that. Go ahead. There you go. That's how you do. Okay. All right. So here goes. You guys ready? Oh, no, I gotta. Oh, bitches. Hold on. That was a good catch, Micaela. Thank you for that. I love you. I love you. Okay. All right. Oops. Hold on. The editing struggle is real. There's just a little something I gotta do. Okay. We can't let this be seen. Because I don't know. Yeah. All right. Let me just, no. Okay, good. There's nothing else that needs to be removed. So here goes. I'm going to show you guys this, okay? Look at this. Look at this. All right. All right. So, here we are. Right here. Okay. You see that? You see that? And then I kind of just also want to show you guys, like, here's another machine. You see that? And then, like, what I really want to show you is I came so close, so fucking close, but then I pulled back, and that created a misalignment. And, yeah, that's cool and everything, but do you see this right here? this plus this plus this. Bitches. I'm just saying. I'm just so close. It was so close. Right? And then I was just like, oh, I can't. I can't do it. Yeah, and then I saw that and I was just like, ew, it was so close. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Right? But I mean, oops. Sorry. You see that? You see that? I'm telling you. I can't do it for myself. I just can't. It's too much for my little old integrity filled heart. It's just I'm saying so my lovely soul sanctuary.love folks Vegas trip. I'm saying, you down? Mm-hmm. I'm saying, we don't need to know each other. You just need to meet me specific casino on a specific day. And I would just love to see you win. I don't expect anything. You don't need to share anything. I'm just saying, it would be amazing to be able to hang out with my community in person and just watch you win. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I'm not going to talk about it publicly. Uh-uh. That's not a public outing, That's something that I would talk about with my people on the soul sanctuary.love. We would talk about the details and the plans and all of that. And so, those are conversations we will probably be having at some point. I'm saying, I'm not willing to just meet anybody in person, okay? But, my soul sanctuary people are special people to me. We talk about a whole bunch of different things. Every week, I'm tossing out all of this trash. We talk about amazing things every week. And so we've bonded. That would be fun. I love seeing people win. I'm not even joking. That's like something that just makes me so happy to see other people like happy. So you guys, I gotta go. I'm hungry again and I'm gonna go eat. I'm done. Just like that. I'm done. I'm done talking. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell, join me when I'm live. You know what I'm saying? You know the spiel. And we will be live tomorrow talking about quite a few different things. I'm going to be on here with Ocean Lover, and we're going to be doing our podcast thing, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't already joined the Soul Sanctuary.love, you probably should. I'm just saying. You probably should. If you want to be a part of a community that, is amazing. I mean, y'all are amazing already. Could you imagine how much more in the soul sanctuary? It's like, that's my lovely space. One of my most favorite spaces. All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Meet me here. We're gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna have Inyaya with me, Ocean Lover, and it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice little convo. I have a feeling it's gonna be. Good night, guys. I hope everyone had a safe Hallows Eve. And tomorrow is All Saints Day. It's the perfect time to celebrate and show gratitude for our ancestors. Without them and their history, we would not be able to be who we are right now. And whether you appreciate who you are right now or not, your ancestors still deserve some gratitude and acknowledgement for their contribution to you and the greatness that you keep hidden inside you. So I love you guys. I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.